This man, Mickey Cohen, a bookmaker, a killer, the kingpin of Los Angeles. And he's just the beginning. These are real mugshots, real faces, colorized, animated, brought back to life with AI. Pretty Boy Floyd robbed banks, but many saw him as a hero. He shared the money with the poor and died young, hunted by the FBI. Lucky Luciano built the modern Mafia. He formed the commission, ran New York, and even in exile, stayed in control. Al Capone ran Chicago's underworld during Prohibition. He played the public like a showman, but ruled like a killer. Linked to countless crimes, he was finally taken down for tax evasion. Johnny Roselli was the Mafia's man in Hollywood, charming, connected, and deadly. Later, he even worked with the CIA to try and kill Castro. John Dillinger was America's most wanted man, bank robber, prison escapee, and a folk legend, until the FBI gunned him down outside a theater. Vito Genovese ran one of the most powerful mafia families in America. Ruthless and ambitious, he tried to take control of the entire underworld, and nearly did. Joe Masseria was one of New York's first mafia bosses, powerful, paranoid, and in the end, betrayed by his own men. Machine Gun Kelly made headlines for kidnapping a wealthy oil man, loud, reckless, but it was his wife who planned it all. Meyer Lansky was the mob's financial brain, quiet, calculating, and trusted by bosses from Luciano to Siegel. Babyface Nelson looked innocent, but killed more FBI agents than any other gangster. He died in a shootout at just 25. Raymond Patriarca ran the New England Mafia with an iron grip for decades, cold, ruthless, and untouchable for most of his life. Bugsy Siegel brought the Mafia to Las Vegas, flashy, violent, and visionary, until his own people turned on him. Sam Giancana ran Chicago's outfit after Capone, tied to the CIA, the Kennedys, and eventually silenced in his own home. Albert Anastasia led Murder Incorporated, the Mafia's hit squad, feared even by other gangsters, until he was shot in a barber's chair. Dutch Schultz was a brutal bootlegger who made enemies everywhere, even inside the Mafia. When he planned to kill a prosecutor, the commission had him executed in a restaurant bathroom. Carmine Galante pushed heroin into American streets and built a fortune. His hunger for power got him killed, mid-lunch, with a cigar in his mouth. Tony Accardo ran the Chicago outfit after Capone, quietly, ruthlessly, and for decades. He died in bed, something few gangsters ever do. Harry Strauss was the most feared hitman of Murder Incorporated. Ice picks, ropes, and razors. He was executed in the electric chair. Lepke Buchhalter led Murder Incorporated, a mafia hit squad. He became the only major mob boss executed in the electric chair. Joe Colombo led a major mafia family and became a public activist. He was shot on stage during his own rally. Frank Nitti was Capone's enforcer, and later his successor. Facing prison, he chose a bullet over a cell. Jack Dragna ran the Los Angeles Mafia for over 2 decades. Low profile, disciplined, and fiercely respected on the West Coast. Tommy Lucchese built one of New York's most efficient crime families, smart, strategic, and untouchable for decades. Vincent Call was a trigger-happy hitman who sparked gang wars in New York, gunned down in a phone booth at just 23. Angelo Bruno was the gentle Don, peaceful, diplomatic, and old school, but even he couldn't escape a shotgun blast to the head. Arnold Rothstein fixed the 1919 World Series and taught the mob how to make real money. He was shot over a gambling debt. Carlo Gambino ruled the most powerful mafia family in America, quiet, patient, and he died a free man. Jack Legs Diamond survived countless assassination attempts, charming, reckless, until one bullet finally found him. Joe Adonis was suave, connected, and close to Luciano himself. He was deported to Italy and died far from the empire he helped build. Joseph Bonanno ruled his family for over 30 years. Through chaos, betrayal, and exile, he lived to tell the tale. Jaime Weiss was Capone's fiercest rival in Chicago, bold, fearless, and gunned down in a hail of bullets. Johnny Torrio built the Chicago outfit and mentored Al Capone, smart, strategic, and he walked away alive. Oni Madden ran Harlem's underworld, with booze, clubs, and bullets. He retired quietly, unlike most of his peers. Jake Guzik was Capone's money man. No gun, just bribes and books. He kept the outfit running, from the shadows. Dean O'Banion was Chicago's top bootlegger and Capone's bitter enemy. He was gunned down in his own flower shop. Agnello Della Croce was the feared underboss of the Gambino family, loyal, silent, and the bridge between old school and gaudy. Waxy Gordon made millions bootlegging during Prohibition, but tax evasion, not bullets, brought him down. Ralph Sheldon ran with Capone's crew during the bootlegging wars, a sharp dresser and a deadly shot. Frankie Carbo controlled boxing for the mob, fixing fights from the shadows, a killer turned kingmaker in the ring. Abe Relis was a top hitman for Murder Incorporated until he turned informant. He fell from a guarded hotel window before testifying. Doc Stacker ran gambling operations coast to coast, quiet, rich, and connected. He died peacefully in Israel. Longies Willman was known as the Al Capone of New Jersey, rich, flashy, and found hanging in his own home. Big Jim Colosimo ran Chicago's red light empire before Prohibition. He was gunned down, clearing the way for Capone. Vincent Gigante ran the Genovese family while wandering the streets in a bathrobe, madness, or just the perfect disguise. Thomas Dewey was the prosecutor who hunted New York's biggest mob bosses. The Mafia feared him, and rightly so. Frank Costello was the prime minister of the mob. Smooth, political, untouchable. He survived a hit and walked away. Joe Valachi was the first mobster to publicly break the code of silence. He exposed the Mafia and changed everything. Tony Spilotro enforced mob rule in Las Vegas. Brutal, reckless, feared, he and his brother were beaten to death and buried in a cornfield.